want to show you how to make my chorizo sausage. We're not going to put it in links or whatever. We're just going to cut it up, season it, grind it, and then we're going to put it in the refrigerator for 5 days. Every day we'll get the chorizo pan out that's not covered. We want it to dry out in the refrigerator. So every day for 5 days, I'll take it out of the refrigerator and just knead it a little bit, roll it over, and spread it back out and put it back in there. And then at the end of the 5 days, we'll make some small packages and vacuum pack it, freeze it. It's wonderful chorizo. It's really lean. I use a pork loin that you can see here. This one was about 7 pounds. I cut off a couple pieces I'm going to use for dinner. So I got about 6 pounds here pork I'm going to cut up for the chorizo. Okay, my recipe is for 2 pounds. So I had to triple the recipe. The recipe I'm going to give you right now is for 2 pounds. And the list of ingredients at the end of the video will also be just for 2 pounds of meat. So for 2 pounds of meat, you want 1 tablespoon of salt and 1 tablespoon of paprika. And then you want a half a teaspoon of red pepper, black pepper, and coriander. Half a teaspoon of each. 1 teaspoon of chili powder and cumin. Okay, and that's what I've got all in here. These are all the spices I just mentioned to you, the dry spices. And then we're also going to add 2 tablespoons of vinegar, just regular white vinegar. And then I've got 2 tablespoons of minced garlic. 2 tablespoons of minced garlic. So right now I'm going to cut up this 6 pound loin and get it ready. All right, I'm still working on this meat. Cut it up in cubes small enough to go in this grinder here. Leave all that. It's got a little bit of fat back on that one side, so we'll leave it in there. This stuff is good in queso dip, tacos. I got a couple of dishes in my cookbook that I use the chorizo in with fajitas, different types of fajitas. All the recipes that you see on my YouTube channel are all recipes out of my cookbook I'm working on. All right, we got the meat cut up. Now we just want to add the seasoning to it. Alright. All this dry seasoning in there and just mix it in. Smells so good. Now I gotta warn you, your refrigerator's gonna smell really good for 5 days. It just is. All right, we got the garlic, minced garlic. And we got a little bit of vinegar. Now, just gonna grind it down on this big pan, because if I can get it to fit on that big pan, I'm just gonna put it in the refrigerator on one, hopefully not two pans. About mid-speed. I can't tell you how good this stuff is. It is really good. And this is a lean mix, it is. Most of the chorizo I get at the store, when you cook it, it's almost nasty. It's got so much. Yeah, this is probably 101 class of what not to do as far as sticking your hand down in here, but it'll stay good in the freezer for about 6 months. But especially if you vacuum seal it. Alright, just a couple more pieces left. We're almost done. I'm making a little mess here. I don't know if you can see that, but be alright, you know, like I say, if you ain't getting it on you, you're not doing something right. Alright, well there we have about 6 pounds of fresh ground chorizo. And it's a mess. Alright, at this point, all we're going to do, let me clean this off right here, it's really nasty. Alright. At this point, all we're going to do is just spread it out where it'll stay on the pan good. Well, right now it's all fresh ground, it's kind of loose and airy, which is good. But when we start kneading it tomorrow, it'll get more compact and not be so airy and not take up quite as much space. But all right, we just got it smoothed out good on the pan. And we're just going to set it in the refrigerator just like that. All right, set this in the refrigerator. All right, we're just going to let that sit in the refrigerator for 5 days uncovered. I'll get it out tomorrow and knead it, show you how I'll do that, and then just do that for the next 5 days, and then it's ready to eat. You can eat it now, but it's just better if it dries out a little bit. And anyway. All right, let's get this sausage out of the refrigerator. It's been sitting in here for a little over 20 hours. And you can see where it's kind of started to dry out a little bit. That's exactly what we want it to do. I'm just going to sit here, and I want to get the dry stuff on the bottom and the wet. Just get as much wet exposed it's not really wet, but the moisture stuff exposed, so it'll dry out. We just want it to dry out. It started drying out pretty good, but we're gonna leave it in here for 5 days. Now I'm gonna do this every day until Saturday. I'll put it in there on Monday. So Saturday, I'll take it out and bag it up. But just flip it over, just move it around. You don't really have to knead it or push it together. You want that air to be able to get in there and just dry it out more and more. All right, we're just gonna put it right back in the refrigerator, and we'll do the same thing again to it tomorrow. Good to go. I'll see y'all back here on Saturday when I take it out for the last time and start bagging it up and getting it ready for the freezer and the table. Alright, it's Saturday. It's been 5 days since we put the chorizo in the refrigerator to let it dry. Let's get it out of the refrigerator and see what it looks like. Alright, you can see how it's kind of dried on the top. I've been taking this out and rolling it over every day since Monday, and it just dries it out a little bit. You don't necessarily have to do it for 5 days, or you could do it a little bit longer, just depending on how dry you would like for it to get. 5 days is usually enough for me. I'm going to go ahead and bag this up in vacuum sealed bags. I put about 1/2 pound in each bag because it's just 2 or 3 of us that are usually eating. Now, you kind of see a spot missing there, but I had to make some queso dip last night, so I robbed a little bit off the pan. But thank you very much for your time. This chorizo sausage is very good. I'm sure you will enjoy it if you make it. And thank you very much for watching. Thanks for your time, and I hope you enjoy the food. Thank you.